off of my cloud. Welcome back to Talking Tuesday. Today's a bit of a rant. Welcome to another Talking Tuesday. I'm so glad you could make it. I have to say, today's a bit of a rant. You know, did I just get watered on? Oh, it's tears. I'm trying really hard to get to the point where I don't care what people do or what they say, and that's their business. But I was reading the other night, somebody was talking about Harley riders online. You know, it's online. I shouldn't let it bother me. It's somebody else's opinion. I shouldn't let it bother me. There's really no reason in the world I should let it bother me. But here's the thing, and I've seen this before. They were talking about how, oh, well, Harley riders are, you know, from my experience, they're just an angry bunch who are pissed off about paying too much for a bike that's not mechanically sound. You know, they won't wave at anybody. You know, that seems to be a big deal, whether or not you wave. Personally, I don't think it's a big deal whether you wave or you don't. But they're going on and just trashing Harley riders in general. Look, in case you haven't seen the bike, in case this is your first time to the channel, we're on a Harley. We're on a wide glide, a Dyna. An extinct breed at this point. Well, maybe not extinct, but no longer in production. Until they bring it out as the new model. Harley returns to its roots with the new Dyna. Resurrecting a legend. So anyways, and this person makes their comments about Harley riders. And it goes back to, you know, it's very similar to that thing about who's a biker and who isn't. And somebody made a comment several weeks ago, and they may have been joking, I don't know, but it just hit me at a sensitive time that, you know, they made the comment of, oh, there's no real bikers left. And, you know, I politely, because I'm not trying to trash on anybody, I politely said, you know, I'm putting on 15 to 20,000 miles a year. I ride all the time. I almost never ride a car. Yeah, I almost never drive a car. I don't like driving cars. You know, I'm looking at putting my own bike. I don't know what more I have to do to be considered a biker. And I shouldn't have to prove myself to anybody. Again, I know it's their opinion. It shouldn't bother me, but, you know, when you've got people talking trash about you all the time, even if it's not specifically about you, I'm certainly lumped in that group. It gets old, and sometimes you react. So, you know, I asked the guy, I'm like, I'd be really interested in hearing what your idea of a real biker is. I mean, what is it that I'm not doing? And I'm curious for my own sake. And it's the same thing with the Harley rider guy. I said, well, oh, you know, he made the comment that, well, a Vstar 1300 would take those, a Vstar 1300 Tourer would take those guys any day. Well, as I told him, no, my wide glide isn't stock, admittedly. I don't have any idea how fast it'll go because, well, after I buried it, I probably still had half the throttle to go. I don't know what the top end is. It would be interesting to see my wide glide up against his Vstar 1300 Tourer. Aren't those big bags like metal? That's a lot of weight to be lugging around. You know, maybe. But I'm not anti-Vstar. I had a Vstar before I had my Harley. It was a great bike until transmission crapped out on me. I still think Vstars are really good bikes. I had a lot of good years, a lot of good miles on that bike. So I'm not a fanboy. And honestly, I'm not pissed off about paying too much about any of my bikes. For the most part, I'm not pissed off about anything. Unless you lump me into some broad statement that doesn't apply to me. That kind of irritates me a little bit, especially after a while. And of course, he capped it off with, you know, I don't care what you ride. I'll wave to you and wish you a good day, you know. I'll show the love to everyone. Well, apparently you're not showing the love when you voice your opinion over Harley riders. I didn't feel a lot of love there. So what you're saying and what you're doing is really two different things. And I explained to the guy, you know, I mean, anytime you generalize about people, you're wrong because everybody's different. And yeah, there may be groups of people within that generalization that fit it, but it's not safe to generalize anyone. It's inherently inaccurate. If we got into more of that mindset, it's the same thing with clubs. People talk about, biker gangs. You're making a gross generalization. That's the foundation of racism, which is a bad thing. All those black people, this, that, and the other thing. All those Mexicans, this, that, and the other thing. And that's just not true. You cannot say that and be right. And why are you talking if you're not even trying to be right? If you're not even trying to be factual? And the guy's like, well, I waved at people. Well, and here's the other thing. I told him, I said, it's possible that we could have met. I might have waved to you on the road. I waved to a lot of people. Or I might have pulled over to see if you needed help when you were on the side of the road. I do that too. Even though I'm pissed off about paying too much money for my mechanically unsound bike. So yeah, it's a rant. It's a little bit of a rant, but I'm really kind of hoping to get people thinking about this idea that you can't generalize. You just can't do it. In every generalization you're going to make, there are exceptions. And I would say the broader the generalization, the more exceptions there are. And I think if we kept that in mind, and we got into that mindset that I can't generalize, partially because you're just making assumptions. And our assumptions aren't that trustworthy. So yeah, if we could just get to that idea that we can't make generalizations, we can't make assumptions, man, I think that would turn the world upside down. I think that would change everything in how people act to each other and react. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. But more importantly, next time you start making a general assumption about people and making general comments, hopefully you'll think about it. That said, thank you again for joining me today. I appreciate your time. And I will see you next time. Thanks.